So much to talk about. Where do I start? My name is Kia Hicks, and I'm going to be the host of the Prophetess Podcast. Well, the reason why I wanted to do a podcast is because, frankly, there's a lot of information out there that just doesn't match up to the values that we've come from as families and generations of people. There's a lot of narratives out there that just need to be set straight. And it's okay if it's their narrative, but it doesn't have to be our narrative. We have to tell our stories in a way that other people could relate to without sugarcoating it, without trying to glossy it up. We just have to be real with ourselves and real with others. So, the reason why I wanted to do this podcast is because I know about propaganda, I know about injustice, I know about the things that continue to plague our communities, I know about poverty, and I know about barriers of poverty, and I know about racism. So, with all that being said, I think that we can make a change together. But the first thing we have to do is tell our stories, testimonials, real stories about everyday people and how we make an impact in the world. So, I'm also going to be talking about some religious views. Now, I grew up in the church, or I guess you could say I had parents that taught me about God, taught me about Jesus and religion, and I am a believer. I do know, though, that through religion, people have been able to twist the truth, people have been able to oppress, people have been able to get away with very bad acts against mankind. And so sometimes, with a pure heart, we got to be able to discuss the things that we know are right, just down inside of us, that core, and know where we came from and know what's right. Our values speak boulders, okay? And we can never lose sight of that. And what's going on in this country right now, I think a lot of values have been suppressed. There's a lot of things that have become the norm that should never become the norm. And so it's up to us to change that. It's up to us to have candid conversations and to discuss and have discussions and share opinions about how we feel about things. So that's what this podcast is really about. It's about everybody's perspective, being able to give your perspective and your opinions. I want opinionated people, regardless, to make an impactful statement or to comment, because that's how we learn. That's how we continue to build this fabric, this narrative that we need that connects all of us. Because at the end of the day, we are all in this together. Nobody's apart. Nobody can be separated. We all connect somehow. And maybe it's not always in the good way, but we can still talk and have discussions and be able to agree or disagree with respect to the truth and getting to the truth, because it's out there. And it's up to us to find it and to keep that truth, keep light shed on it and not lose sight of it. So there's a lot of deep thoughts that I have on a lot of things. I'm a very opinionated person. I also want to be able to do some reviews on music, movies, share poetry. I am a poetress by nature. I also want to be able to discuss other things that are happening, current affairs, anything from celebrity news to, basic local news and, things that are just a part of our everyday living. So I definitely want you guys to share in that with me. So continue to please tune in, subscribe to my channel, subscribe to my podcasts, and I look forward to the discussion.